welcome back. It's 9, and today we are going to be discussing a new PlayStation 5 exclusive coming from Square Enix, and it's looking like it's going to be a Final Fantasy title, possibly Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2, but we'll get more into that. We're also going to be talking about a God of War Ragnarok update coming from the developer during a discussion, and it looks like could be giving us some hints towards what we could see with God of War Ragnarok. And lastly, we'll be talking about Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart and the trophy list that has been revealed by Insomniac Games themselves on Twitter. Now, before we get into that, if you have not subscribed already, we are almost at 7K. Please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell to get notified about all my upcoming videos, and hit the like button. It helps the channel a ton. Now let's get started with this article that comes from WCCF Tech titled, "A PS5 exclusive Final Fantasy will be announced next month." Speaking on a Reset Era forum, Navtra, who proved to be extremely reliable in the past in regards to the Square Enix rumors, revealed that at least one more major announcement related to the series will be coming at the E3, alongside updates on already announced titles like Final Fantasy XVI. So in quotes, Navtra says, "I believe you can expect at least one more major FF announcement, in addition to updates on the currently announced stuff, Final Fantasy XVI, Endwalker, and 7R. It should be a good E3 season for Square overall." And also goes on to say, "I do not know their exact E3 schedule, but I'm guessing based on knowledge of what games they have in development, how far in they are, and their target release dates. So take it with a grain of salt. I believe we're getting two major SE reveals this June, a PS5 exclusive FF title and a cross-gen IDOS title." So we know that Square Enix has a long relationship with Sony, and this isn't ending anytime soon. Looks like 16 is an exclusive, timed of course. 7R Integrate. We have Endwalker basically is the only console it's on, is the PlayStation consoles. And then on top of that, looks like we're going to be getting another Final Fantasy title if this is true. Now, the reason why I put confidence in this specific person over on the Reset Era forums, they've been correct in the past. They talked about Integrate before it happened. They talked about 16 news before it happened. They talked about 14 Endwalker before it happened. So, and also Life is Strange as well. So that's 4 things, and they were correct about all of them. So that's why I believe this to be the case. That's why I believe this to be very likely to be happening. Now, if this is Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2, this in itself is a massive announcement. 7 Remake is a big title. A lot of people love the game. Obviously, there were some that did not. But for the most part, it was well received, and it got incredible reviews. So 7 Remake Part 2 would be a massive win for PlayStation. For them to get that as a timed exclusive or forever exclusive, I don't know how that'll work. I'm thinking it'll probably be timed for 2 years would be good. But overall, it's a huge win. And I think that, like I said before in a previous video, that although Sony will not be at E3, it does not mean that they will not have third-party exclusives announced. And this is why I said that, right? Like, if this happens, and it has happened in the past before, we're going to get 16 news. That's a Final Fantasy 16 PlayStation 5 timed exclusive. We're going to get probably Forspoken, and we're honestly, it's looking like we're going to get another Final Fantasy title. Now, I don't know what that could be, but regardless, it's exciting, and I think that it's likely to happen. But again, a rumor is a rumor. Don't set your expectations too high. Just take it as it is, a rumor, but it is coming from a reliable source to a degree. So I think that we're probably in for a really good treat when it comes to E3 this year at Square Enix's show. As PlayStation fans, as gamers, we're going to see a lot of good stuff, I think. So we'll see what happens there. Now, on to our next topic, and this also comes from WCCF Tech. It's titled, "God of War Ragnarok dev is looking at The Last of Us Part 2 for inspiration. Atreus may be fully playable." That is a very interesting title here. So, speaking during the latest episode of the God of War podcast, Sony Santa Monica concept artist Samuel Matthews commented on the upcoming next entry in the series, revealing that the developer is looking at The Last of Us Part 2 for more inspiration. He also commented on the possibility of Atreus becoming fully playable, suggesting that the developer may be considering having multiple playable characters and switch between them as the story demands, like in Naughty Dog's latest game. Now, how do I personally feel about it? I feel like this is the natural evolution of the God of War series. Now, they introduced a secondary character, which is Atreus, and that's Kratos' son. And you learn about their relationship and just them growing in general as a father and as a son together in the game. I feel like it only makes sense for the next entry to allow you to control Atreus and kind of see both perspectives, right? Because we want an evolution. We don't want God of War PS4 and you bring a lot of what was God of War PS4 and just recreate it on PS5. No, what makes God of War special, especially the PS4 version, is that it evolved so much from the first 3 games. It's not even like, to me, I was never really intrigued by God of War until I saw the PS4 version, and I was like, this is it. This is the game that's going to get me interested in the God of War franchise, and sure enough, that's what it did. I really felt like it evolved so much, and that's why I think God of War Ragnarok, or whatever they're going to call it, really does need to evolve even more so, and I feel like this is a good step. I feel like this would be awesome to see them bring in another playable character, and who better for it to be than Atreus, right? Now, of course, this isn't anything monumental in terms of news. We still haven't even heard about a trailer. We haven't seen a release date, an official release date. It's kind of just been 2021 window, which is not looking promising. And I think that's kind of the biggest thing we're waiting for, is a trailer, a proper trailer for God of War Ragnarok. Now, while I believe that's still going to happen this year, I don't know when that's going to happen. I'd assume that it's going to be in Sony's own presentation. I don't think they're going to do anything at the Summer Games Fest for this. I don't think they're going to show this off anywhere else. I feel like God of War, being the magnitude that it is, the kind of game that it is, the amount of weight that it holds, it's going to be a game that gets revealed on a PlayStation presentation. It's not going to be anywhere else. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But overall, I feel like with the weight that this has, Sony's going to want to reveal this in their own way. And I agree with them. I think they should definitely do it that way if that is the case. But it's looking really promising for these games. I think God of War looks like it's going to be a great evolution if this is to be believed. Obviously, this isn't him saying that's going to happen, but it's very possible, and it makes sense as an evolution of the God of War game from PS4. Now, on to our last topic, and this is all about Insomniac Games' Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. It's not a big topic, right? But it's Ratchet and Clank, guys. This game is coming up soon, and this comes from their Twitter account. It says, Trophy Hunters. Here are some trophies you can collect during your interdimensional travels in Ratchet PS5 on June 11th. A thread, and it says, Masters of the Multiverse. Collect all trophies. Fully stacked, purchase all weapons, unbearably awesome, find all Krager bears. Now, there's a full list here. I'm not going to read every single one. I'll have the link in the description, but they have some nice screenshots and little clips of videos in with them on top of all the titles of the trophies and the descriptions. But overall, I mean, this game, I'm hyped for it. There's not much else to talk about when it comes to this game. Like, I'm excited for it. I'm really looking forward to this game, and that's kind of all there is to it. But we'll see what happens. I'm waiting for June 11th. We're going to dive into this game. We're going to do some special content for it because it is a major title for PlayStation, and it is Insomniac Games. Who doesn't love Insomniac Games? They make some of the best games out there. But that's all I have for you guys in today's video. I'd love to hear from you. What do you think this PS5 Final Fantasy exclusive could be? Do you think it's true? Do you think it's Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2? Let me know about that. How do you feel about this God of War Ragnarok dev talking about taking inspiration from The Last of Us Part 2? And do you think we could see a playable Atreus in the next entry of God of War? And lastly, will you be going for that platinum for Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart? Let me know in the comments. And as always, if you have not subscribed already, please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell to get notified about all my upcoming videos, and hit the like button. It helps the channel a ton. You can follow me on Twitter and Twitch. Links will be in the description. And share this video with a friend. I will talk to you all on the next one. Take care.